Hey there, Joseph here, and in this video I'm going to talk about income goals and why it's important to position yourself with the right business if you want to really succeed in achieving your goals. So let's just say, for argument's sake, as an example, you want to make $5,000 per month online. $5,000 per month online. Now, obviously, there are many different ways you can reach that target. Monthly online. Obviously, there are many different ways you can reach that target. And first things first, it's all going to depend on the business that you align yourself with and the business you join. Now, we've been in many different programs over the years, and we've promoted things that cost $7, $10, $20, something where you make even $50 commission. Now, let's just take, for argument's sake, let's just take $25. You've joined a business that where you join, you pay $25 to join, and you're able to then sell that $25 product. Now, to hit your income goal per month, you need to sell a lot of these small little commission products for them to really add up. I mean, really, it all comes down to the maths, right? So, if you're selling a $25 product and you want to make $5,000 a month online, then you need to sell, my maths ain't great, but 200, I believe that's 200 sales a month. And then you want to break this down. So this is about, you're going to need about 7 a day, right? 7 sales a day. Now, this is pretty difficult to do. Pretty difficult. Unless you've got the exact right traffic and you're sending enough of it, then it is quite difficult to hit 7 sales a day consistently every day for 30 days, not get burned out, because that's the most important thing. When you're going to achieve your goals, or you're working to achieve your goals, you don't want to get burned out from growing your business. You want to be excited, you want to be fired up, you want to be, believing in the products that you're promoting. Now, if you're scrambling all day long every day to get as many sales as possible, then obviously it's going to have the reverse effect, and you're going to be burned out and you're going to give up after a month, and chances are actually you'll burn out and you'll give up before you get to your goals. So it's very, very important that you set a realistic goal and you join a business that allows you to, realistically achieve your monthly income goals, or your weekly income goals, or your daily income goals even. Now, when we first started online, we were promoting, like I said, many different cheap products. And the first issue with promoting just cheap products is you need a lot of sales, right? We've covered that. You need 7 sales a day just to make of this product here, just to make you $5,000 a month. Now, the other problem is how you're going to get this traffic, right? You're either going to be spending, you've got to think, how long does it take for you to get a sale, and where you're going to get the traffic from, because you're going to pay for these sales one way or another. And there are 2 main sources of traffic that you can get online. There's paid traffic, so you can pay for traffic, or you can use free traffic strategies. So this is things like social media, talking to people, doing YouTube videos like I'm doing now, content creation, blogging, SEO, all that kind of stuff is free traffic, right? And this takes a lot of time. And obviously the paid strategies take money. Now, here's the problem with promoting cheap products, and this is the main problem that we encountered, and why we switched over to selling more expensive products, but that allow you to make much higher commissions, right? So the main issue with selling really cheap products is you can't really do this. You can't really do paid traffic, right? Because let's say you're selling a product that costs $25. Now, if you make a sale, it's hard to sort of take a percentage of that and put it in and really sort of start to snowball things, because the commissions you're making are so small. it's very difficult to scale up with paid advertising. Now, what we teach with the plan, the Endless Wealth Plan, is to, when you make a sale, take half of the profits that you make and put that back into traffic. Now, if you're promoting a $25 product or a $15 product or even a $100 product that only gives you a $20 or $30 commission, then to take half of that, $10, you might as well not bother. You might as well just put the whole commission back into traffic, because you're not really going to get much traction from those kind of tiny little numbers when it comes to running traffic. Yes, you can grow it up over time a lot slower by reinvesting little bits here, little bits here, little bit here in traffic. But until you're making enough where you can run consistently at least $100-$200 a week in paid traffic, then you're not really going to get that kind of traction going. So that's the first thing. The main issue is it's very difficult to make this work, paid traffic, with selling cheap products. Very, very difficult. Yes, there are people who do it, but it is very difficult. You need a very high conversions, because if you think about it, you're paying, let's say you're paying $1 a click, which is pretty much average when it comes to things like Google ads or Facebook ads. Then you basically need 1 in 25. You need 4% of your clicks to convert just to break even. And you need a very, very high converting offer. Whereas if you're promoting an offer that earns you $250 per sale, then, and you have other programs like in our plan, which pay you residual, which pay you on the back end, then, and grow your long-term portfolios, then you can have a much less conversion rate and still be very, very profitable. So that's the main point I wanted to get across on this video, is if you're selling cheap products like this, you're pretty much forced into free advertising, which is very slow, very time consuming, and you're going to be tearing your hair out trying to reach your income goals when there's a much easier way. And the easier way is by running or by aligning yourself with a business that is higher ticket. Now, it doesn't have to be ridiculous high ticket. I've seen programs out there that are $5,000, $10,000 and higher. It doesn't need to be that high at all, but if you at least align yourself with a business that allows you to earn commissions like our plan, like $250, $500, $1,000, then to reach your income goal, 5,000 a month, much more realistic. You can make 10 of these a month, or 5 of these, or 20 of these, right, rather than 200. And really, it all comes down to the fact that it's no more difficult to sell these products here than this product here. It's no more difficult. Is it more difficult to sell a Ferrari, for instance, than let's say a Ferrari? You're running a car dealership, right? You've got a Ferrari in there that costs $100,000, and you have another car in there, a very, very cheap Nissan that costs, I don't know, $500, right? Now, the question is it 200 times more difficult to sell a Ferrari? Of course not. Of course not. You're just targeting different kind of people, right? You're not going to sell the Ferrari to someone who, is looking for a very economical car. Likewise, you're not going to sell this economical car to someone who's looking for a Ferrari. So it's all about the targeted traffic. And that's why I say in the Endless Wealth Plan, that's why I say in the introduction, you do need targeted traffic to make your online business work. It's no good selling expensive products to broke people, and it's no good selling, cheap products, and you're selling it to people who want something more valuable. They want something that will allow them to earn higher commissions, because people say this to me all the time when I share with them exactly what our instant cash business is and how it all works and how the plan works. Well, they'll say to me, do people really pay $250 to join a business? Do people really pay $1,000 to join a business? And you've got to remember that there are a lot of people out there who are fed up of this kind of thing. Cheap products, you know, I was making money online, but with drop shipping, and I was selling cheap products, you know, phone cases, phone batteries, all this kind of stuff. And you need so many sales to make it work, so many sales, and it's a lot of hassle. It's a lot of shipping hassles, delivery hassles, returns. You're dealing with a lot of customers. It's a lot of stress. So, you know, by cutting it down and saying, right, instead of, let's say I want to make $5,000 a month, instead of saying I need, you know, 200 or even more if the price of this is cheaper, I'm going to say, I maybe need five $1,000 sales. And you've got to remember, we have the internet at our fingertips. We have the whole world of people to target, you know, or to run ads to, should I say. I don't mean to target, but you know what I mean. You're running ads across the internet and people are clicking on your ads. Well, you need to position yourself where you can realistically achieve your income goals. Because yeah, if you want to make $500 a month, then you can do this. And there are companies who sell in volume, you know, millions and millions and millions of products at very, very cheap. If you take sort of chewing gum, for instance, you know, they sell millions of them very, very cheap and they're successful, right? But for the average person starting out online, you want to position yourself to a place where you can achieve your income goals with as little sales as possible. Because once you have this down, once you have, you know, the fact that you're getting targeted traffic, and we show you how to get targeted traffic and how to use it to scale up with the plan. Once you have that down, it's just a case of working on the conversion side, which is, you know, just you could, if you choose to, you can do videos. If you choose to, you can do blogs. If you choose to, you can send emails to your list. And we show you how to do all of that. And, you know, a certain percentage of people are going to join the businesses anyway, and you're going to earn much higher commissions if you're positioned in a way that allows you to do so. So that's the kind of takeaway from this video. I hope you got some value out of that. Feel free to click the link in the description where I will where you can check out the Endless Wealth Plan, and also click the link in the description where I will put my Facebook link. So if you'd like to connect with me on Facebook and discuss any of this, or discuss the plan, discuss how we're scaling up, then feel free to reach out to me. Have a great day. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video.